All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm your host, Sam Capizzi, here at CryptoSomniac. Today is the 7th of March, 2018. And today, you can see I got the mic set up. I have a little bit of a different message to share with you guys today than normal. Let's just wait a second or two for people to come in. What's going on? Amit first. Yes, Amit is the first person. What's going on? Hi, someone in Chinese, I think. Today, I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. I'm going to talk about what's going on, Fai, aka Boise. Today, I want to talk about what you want out of crypto, as opposed to the cryptocurrency markets and money and how to make money, because I think it's important for everybody to be focused on what their end goal is for crypto. And you know, it's not exactly about the money. You know, once you have a nice fancy car or a house, you know, it fades and it goes, and then immediately as soon as you get it, you know, you just want more. You want more money. No, it's not a Lambo. But I really want people to think about what they're trying to achieve or get out of cryptocurrency. And I guess everyone has their own, you know, personal goals and things, but I think it's really important to write them down. And I realized that you get what you want when you say what you want, and you write down what you want, and you speak outwardly about what you want. That's usually the best way. And it's kind of like affirmations. If anyone's familiar with affirmations, you usually get what you want by saying what you want and writing down what you want, because it's difficult to explain, but it's kind of just like, you know, it gets your brain stimulated when you're talking about what it is that you want and what you're trying to achieve. And when you start to write that down, you actually get it. So yeah, someone says, come on, we are in it for the money, but what do you want to do with that money is the question. What are you trying to achieve? And I think if you write that down and you make that your focus, I think that will go a long way. So I want to start out every video from now on asking people to write down in the comments what it is they want to get out of crypto. And I'll be very curious to see what, you know, people say. And I'm happy to read all of your responses. So if you watch this video later, I'd love for you guys to write down what it is that you're trying to achieve by getting into crypto. So for me personally, it is, I guess, a number of things. In fact, I have a lot of my goals written down as kind of like short term, medium term, and long term. And I guess my most immediate goal is to retire my parents. I would love to bring them out to wherever I am, whether that be here in California or in Puerto Rico or wherever. And obviously that takes a lot of money. You know, I got to take care of myself first before I can actually do that for them. So I want to, that is my goal. I want to be able to retire my parents, and I want to, you know, make enough money in cryptocurrency to do that, you know, without having to, you know, spare every single dime that I have. You know, it should be a comfortable transition or a comfortable gifting to my parents. So I'd love to hear what it is that all of you guys want. And like I said, at the beginning of every stream, I would love for you guys to just write down what it is that you're trying to get out of crypto, because I can tell you that until you put it down into words, until you say it out loud and you start to speak about what it is you want, that's how you get what you're trying to achieve. It's so interesting, the amount of people that have reached out just because I said that I wanted something, whether it would be a writer or whether it would be a, you know, start an ICO, whether it's whatever it is I want. It's funny how the world works, and those things come back to you. And maybe someone comments on your video that's like, oh my God, I have exactly what you're looking for. You know, you never know where that little spark of energy is going to come from. And like I said, you don't get it or you won't see it. And it's kind of weird. You know, if the world works in very weird ways, you don't see it until you actually, you know, put it into action. And for me, writing it down in words helps. In fact, there is a affirmation on the side board over there. There's another board all the way over there, and take you guys through the house a little bit. If I can see it, there's a board right there that says at the bottom, I love my 10-figure cryptocurrency business because it allows me to be close to my family. And then it says, be humble right under it. It's probably so hard to see. But that has been written up there for a long time. And that's not the only affirmation that I have. People are asking, which room is Snae's room? Snae lives in the outside. This is the office. For those of you who are wondering, we got the plays drawn up on the board. But I think it's important to understand what you want, and writing it down really helps. Like literally, even if you just wrote down the same thing that you want every single day before you woke up in the morning or got out of bed, and before you went to bed, which I used to do actually, there was something that was bothering me for a long time. It was related to health, and I wrote it down every morning, and I wrote it down at the end of every day, and it actually came true eventually. The world, like I said, works in mysterious ways. It's been a very long journey since then, and you can learn a lot about it if you'd like. I've shared it a number of times here on the channel. If you ever go to or want to learn more about where I came from and what my story was, you can head over to samsonelife.com, and I'll move this up here. You can check out there. How do I get rid of the YouTube chats? You can go to my website. You can read my whole story if you want. It's incomplete. It doesn't include everything down to, you know, how I got started here with Cryptosomniac, but it gives you a good idea of where I came from before this. And yeah, you can go check that out if you want. Gives you an idea. But like I said, I want everyone else to think about, you know, originally here the channel was to help people make a lot of money, do a lot of cool things with their crypto, and how can you write before you wake up? So yeah, like I said, you write it down. I used to keep a little index card like right next to my bed. I don't do it anymore, but it's actually good. But you could just keep like a little piece of paper and write down what it is that you're trying to achieve, or just read it. Maybe you just write it down and be specific. Say what you want and how you're going to achieve it, and give yourself an approximate time range. You know, you've ever heard the story about you know, someone who writes themselves like a $1 million check and says, I will cash this check by 2020 or something, meaning, you know, they expect to have them a house by, or $1 million by the time it's 2020. And, you know, you actually put yourself in that position of assuming that you will have it and want it. So, emotion will make you say different things different days. To become debt-free. In addition, an opportunity to quit my full-time pharma job and travel the U.S. while homeschooling our twins for the upcoming year. To trade cryptos and Forex full-time, says Charles. Those are really awesome goals, and I share similar ones. I don't have kids, but I would love to travel. I'm actually a huge traveler, and that's where I've opened up and found a lot of inspiration. And Hourglass, man, I'm dealing with some health issues too. My eye isn't doing so well. I had a blood clot in my eye, damaged my vision. I will focus and get my vision better. I will better understand everything. If there is anything that I can say to that, it would be, there's this book, I believe it's by Malcolm Gladwell, called, let me see if I can figure out the book. This is for you, Hourglass. There's a book called, let me think of the name of it. It's called, is it Malcolm Gladwell? No. It's called, hold on one sec. What is the name of it? I'm pretty sure it's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's this book here. I believe it's Think and Grow Rich. I believe this is the book where it starts out at the beginning when he discusses his son, who was actually deaf for the first 27 years of his life, but he was actually so adamant. Napoleon Hill's son, I believe it was this book. If it's not this book, it's another entrepreneurial related book where his son was actually deaf for 27 years, and his son was so adamant, and he was like, I know I'm going to be able to hear one day. I'm going to be able to hear. And he actually went through a bunch of trials and tribulations, and got an ear device, and you name it, all these little things. And then eventually one day, after like 27, 28 years of trying to hear, saying that he knew he would be able to hear one day, he actually began to be able to hear, just like miraculous types of things when you put your mindset in a position to, receive some of these great things. And I think that's kind of the analogy for this book, Think and Grow Rich. So if you think you can be rich, or think rich, you can be rich. And that was kind of the, I guess, premise or beginning to the story. But let's read a couple of other ones. I want to retire my wife in 5 years. Very awesome, Dave. I want to raise money for people in need with crypto. There's another good book called The Magic of Thinking. I'm sure it's very similar. I love to read good books. Who else? My morning mantra consists of putting my hands up in the air, like I just don't care, and saying one of several mantras, like I am always at the right place at the right time. Try it. That's very cool. I guess that probably makes you feel really in tune with you and your body. That's probably pretty cool. In the big picture, I want to see a world where we as individuals are not controlled by the machine. As an individual, I want to be the key to freedom for family the way my father never was. Apples, or 4 PPLES. That's awesome. Everybody should have, individual freedom to do what they want and express the things. I played poker for 13 years and nothing felt better to give back to the community. Once you do it, you understand. So yeah, that's really awesome. And then I think for me, I guess even longer than that, a couple of other things in my goals here. I've always suffered from chronic pain. I had shoulder surgery when I was young, and definitely regret ever having surgery. If you never need surgery, make sure it's a last resort. Shit always goes wrong. So I would love to get stem cells and maybe some type of related therapy that makes my shoulder feel better. I've been dealing with shoulder pain for quite a long time since that surgery. And then I would also love to set up some type of meditation school or depression related school or something, because I actually suffered a lot from depression when I was younger, and meditation was something that helped me tremendously. It's something that I've definitely gotten away from lately as I've been busy with work, but it's definitely something that I would like to give back at some point and build something really cool out of it with my earnings in crypto. So those are some of the things I want out of my crypto, or at least what I hope to achieve by investing in crypto. And I'd love to know what you guys want. And like I said, at the beginning of each video, I'd love for everyone to just comment and write that down and get into the habit of writing down. And even if you write the same thing down every day, you'll be surprised at what that could do for you. Even if you just write down the same thing down every single day in every one of my YouTube videos, I'll read it. And you don't have to say anything different. I think it'll be really cool. And just by saying that every single day, I think you'll get a little bit closer, or you'll be surprised at how close you get, when you look back in, say, a year or 2 years, just by writing it down. It really just stimulates your mind and triggers you to think about what you're trying to get. So I also wanted to say that I forgot to give away a Twitter winner. So we recently had an announcement on Twitter that we hit 10K followers, and we were giving away $100 to someone who was lucky and shared this, and we've had it pinned here for quite some time. So we have a ton of retweets, and I believe only 25 get shown, if I'm correct. So we will pick a random number generator between 1 and 25 to give that away to someone who followed us on Twitter, commented on how high they thought Bitcoin would go, and retweeted the message. So let's take a look and use a random number generator. So 1 through 25. And yeah, I would love to do a follow-up video to this video a year or 6 months from now. There's another video. If you like this video, I'll show you another video that I did that kind of gives you a little bit more insight onto what I'm hoping to achieve. And lucky number 16, let me share the winner real fast, and we'll go back. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. So Crypto Air, thank you so much for participating and being one of our lucky followers. And we will be in contact with you. We will direct message you on Twitter. I snipped your name out there so I could reach you after the show's over. And you won yourself $100. So congratulations. And we really do thank you for being part of this. And trying to understand what's going on the wall, just can't see it. So I don't know. We have all kinds of things. I love to write on the boards and just write. But there's another video. If you liked this video, let me see if I can find it. What to do with your cryptocurrency. Kind of similar, just showing you or explaining to you, you know, kind of a little bit of my mindset. Looks like I can't find it. What to do with your cryptocurrency. Cryptosomniac. Best thing to do during your cryptocurrency. What should you do with your cryptocurrency gains? This is it. So apparently this is the video where I talk a little bit more about that. I'm not sure if you can see that. If I shared it in the chat or not, I'm not really sure. But if you Google this, what should you do with your cryptocurrency gains? Maybe I'll put the link in the description of this video, and you can go watch it if you want. What should you do with your cryptocurrency gains? So if you look in the description of the video, I'm not sure if that uploads or in real time or whatever, but you can go check that video out. That was a video I made like 6 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months. November, geez, time flies. So it's been December, January, February, March, about 4 months. But again, I'd love to hear what you guys are trying to achieve out of crypto. And we give away free crypto here on the channel every day. So why don't we get into the habit of somebody that is... I will be giving away free cryptocurrency here on the channel. So every day, if you comment with what you're trying to achieve out of crypto and either like or share or whatever this, we'll give you some free crypto. So I want everybody to get in the habit of just writing down what it is they want. And you know, I can join you guys. I'll write it in the sidebar. I want to retire my parents with the earnings I make in cryptocurrency. I want to heal my shoulder, and I want to give back to meditation slash depression school. Something like that. So there it is. I wrote mine in the sidebar. That is what I'm trying to get out of cryptocurrency. And let's pull your guys' chats back up and read them a couple more. Anybody else want to share what they want from their cryptocurrency gains? I'd love to be able to make enough to move out of home because I had a huge chest operation that I didn't need, but was told they would put a metal bar my cage and had severe disabled chronic pain, unable to work the last 8 years, 4 months in a hospital bed. Wow. That's rough. I ruined surgery and it's too long. So all I can say is I've suffered a lot of chronic pain as well. And I think if you, you know, you keep on keeping on, I think things will get better. There's a lot of different opportunities, and there's a lot of great alternatives to medicine out there, and a lot of ways that you can heal yourself without medicine. So I think it'd be, if, you know, with the right mindset, I think there's a lot of hope for everyone there, Jezza, myself included. So like I said, I'd love to try stem cells myself. I have a lot of shoulder pain that I had from a shoulder surgery, and if I could heal that with something non-invasive or something that doesn't involve surgery, that would be amazing for me. So buy a ticket to Mars. Somebody wants to be able to buy a ticket to Mars. You can go with Elon. I'm sure that's Elon's biggest thing. I want to be able to put a good amount of money into a savings or more conservative account for my newborn. You can do that right now. Right now. Nothing should stop you. Nothing should stop you from putting away some money for your child, Mason. Who else? I want to retire my mom from UK to Australia with me and the family. I want to move my family out of Venezuela. That's amazing. I want to never think twice about money and time, and a razor for Snae's live body shave at 40K subs. And a razor for Snae's body to shave his head at 40,000 subs. My shoulder is effed too. Been thinking about surgery. Costed out stem cells 23,000. Yeah. I would love to try stem cells. It is costly, but that is something I've been looking into recently. I want to make enough money to save my wife's illness, Lyme disease. I wish you the very best. Hopefully you can get her the right treatment. ATM, AK Boise, a Lambo, and a moon visit. Well, at least you've gotten a couple of other things. You want a high five, Sam? I'll give you a high five into the camera. We've got a lot of people. I want to retire my family's generation and the next few generations after that. What happened to your shoulder? I had a slap tear repair from, I think, lifting weights too much or too heavily. So it's painful. I don't think I needed surgery, though. You know, the doctors always can find something wrong with you. If you give them an MRI and enough poking around, they'll tell you that you always need something. And if you can solve it without surgery, that's the way you should do it. Max bench. I don't know. I could bench a lot more than my weight at the time. Now I'd be lucky if I could bench my own weight without really hurting my shoulder. So that may do it. So I don't want to overdo the video here, but what I'd love for everyone to do is, after the video is over, if you're not watching this and it's no longer live, to just comment what it is that you are trying to get out of cryptocurrency, and we'll be very happy to give away some free crypto to one person every day that shares what it is that they'd like to get out of cryptocurrency. Like I said, even if you write down the same thing every day, I'd love for you to actually do that, because I think, like I said, if you write it down, you will more than likely get it over time. You know, your mind and your body and your thoughts and the world will start working towards achieving that. So I'd love for everyone to write that down, and I'm glad I've read a lot of your guys' answers, and I think it's pretty awesome. And I think there is amazing stuff that everybody can achieve. Even if I didn't read your answer, remember, it's not just for me to read it. It's for you guys to just get in the habit of writing down and asking for what you want. And if you ask for what you want, you'll be surprised by what the world gives you. So thank you guys all for watching, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the night. Tomorrow we have an interview with the CEO of Gifto at 5 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. So thank you guys all for watching, and that's going to do it for today. Peace, everybody.